Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be doing my review for the series Firefly and the movie Serenity. I was going to do them both separately, but then I thought, hey, it's all one story, let's just do it all together. So here's my review for Firefly slash Serenity. First thing I just gotta say, the show was freaking awesome. It was not at all what I was expecting. It was different. It was wonderful. Yeah, Nathan Fillion. And okay, Nathan Fillion is badass. If you've never seen Castle or Firefly or anything with Nathan Fillion in it, I definitely suggest watching something that he's in because Nathan Fillion kills it anytime he's on screen. He's just got charisma and he's a jokester and he's just a fantastic actor. You also have Joss Whedon directing this thing. Now, for those of you that know, Joss Whedon did Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He did Angel, one of my favorite shows ever. He directed the Avengers movie. He's done some pretty big things in Hollywood, and he's become kind of a nerd icon. Yeah, because of Firefly and Buffy and Angel, he's kind of like a nerd icon, which I guess will explain why they chose him to direct the biggest nerd movie, in years, the Avengers. But that I digress with that. But yeah, all the characters in Firefly were good too. I generally make it a point not to watch shows that were canceled, especially if they last, one season, because I hate cliffhangers more than anybody. I'm the kind of person I can't stand to watch a show on a weekly basis, so I can't stand to wait a week to find out what's going to happen. And if I watch a show that ends on a cliffhanger, and I never find out what happens, that's going to piss me off more than anything. But when I heard that they actually had the decency to allow Joss Whedon to wrap up Serenity with the movie, or wrap up Firefly with the movie Serenity, I was like, okay, I can get behind that, Show leads into a movie, yeah, I can do that. And yeah, I watched Firefly, and yeah, it was... let me break it down what I liked about it. The crew. The crew were amazing in that movie. The cast, you got Nathan Fillion, like I said, he's the captain, he's he's like the gunslinger, but he's sarcastic at the same time, he's Nathan Fillion as a space captain. That's the best way I can describe him. If you know what Nathan Fillion is, you know what I'm talking about. He's very commanding, he's sarcastic, he's funny, but he's not afraid to be a badass at the same time, and yeah, he did fantastic in the movie. Adam Baldwin character played Jane. He's just this real gruff kind of guy. Man's man. He thinks very simple-minded. I want to say, I like Jane a lot, but he was kind of a simple-minded character. Who's like, this is right, and this is wrong, and we shouldn't do this because it'll get us killed, even if it's the right thing to do. And yeah, he was a good character, but he was kind of simple-minded. And then you have the, man, I'm not going to know their names, just, if that pisses you off, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to know everyone's name, or even the characters' names. But, the prostitute, Nara? Nara. She was freaking hot, dude. She was freaking hot. I liked her character a lot, she was essentially the hot chick in the show. Not to say that the character wasn't hot, but we'll get to her. We're not talking about Nara. And yeah, Nara was incredibly attractive in the show. She was a prostitute, but she was like a high-end, prostitute that kind of only gets rented out to like governors and mayors and presidents and whatnot. But they don't have that in this show, but you get what I'm saying, They call her a... I can't remember what they call her. Again, I feel bad, but yeah. But yeah, so she's hot, but her character also has some depth to her. She's more than just a pretty face. She's intelligent, she's smart, she knows what she wants. She does the work she does because she wants to do it. She's not like daddy issues and she's forced to do all this shit. No, she wants to be this high-end prostitute because it's what she enjoys doing and it's what makes her money. And yeah, so that's why I like her character a lot. She's a prostitute, but she's not like one of those helpless, dumb bimbo girls. She's a very intelligent girl who's happened to choose to have sex for a living. Yeah, that's all I can say about her. And then you got the mechanic, who, she's hot too, but in that, that kind of cute girl next door way, you know what I'm saying? Joss Whedon actually said when the show started, he's like, okay, Nara's going to be the sexy one, but, we can't have every woman in here be, supermodel status. So, I need Kaylee, pretty sure it's Kaylee in the show, to gain, however many pounds, so, she can pull off that, that kind of cute girl next door vibe. And that's exactly what she is. She is the adorable, hot, but really, really cool, girl next door. And she has a love affair going on with the doctor. Of course, they have a doctor on the show. He, does what you imagine a doctor would, he helps, he tends wounds after a battle, He, there's not really a whole lot to him, There's a Kaylee, the mechanic, has kind of like this love interest with him that he's too much of an idiot to see, and he's probably the weakest point in the show. There wasn't a whole lot to him, but his sister River, on the other hand, that chick was a badass. She was this like super smart, super intelligent girl, and she went to this facility, and they like did experiments on her, they messed around with her brain and whatnot, and she has the ability to use all of her brain, but she like doesn't know how to interact with people anymore. She's not normal. You can't just have a normal conversation with this girl. She'll say something. You could be talking about, how the football game was thus far, and all of a sudden she say, "Sometimes butterflies are blue." Just shit like that. Usually what she says has some kind of meaning, like in the episode. Like there's one part where she's 2 by 2 hands of blue, 2 by 2 hands of blue, and there are people coming after them that are like wearing blue gloves. So it has some kind of meaning usually, but you can't just sit down and have a conversation with this girl, because she's very much like a child, but I don't know how to describe it. She's not all there. I guess that's what I'm, but she kicks ass though. There's one part in the show where she looks for like 2 seconds and pulls out a gun, boom, 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 3 guys are dead. And there's a part in the movie where she pulls off the Bruce Lee being surrounded by like 50 guys and taking them all out in like one solid movement and not taking damage. Yeah, she does that. She's a fucking badass. And then there's of course the pilot. His name escapes me too, but he's the comic relief in the show. You don't really need a comic relief because everyone's got their funny moments. Everyone's pretty damn funny, but he's the overall comic relief. He's supposed to be the funny one. And yeah, he's hilarious. I can't remember his name, or the character's name, for the life of me. We have the pilot in that show, he's freaking hilarious. And then you have Zoe, who is married to the pilot. And she's kind of like she's a damaged soul, she was with the captain the longest. Mao, that's the captain's name, I'll just call him Mao from now on. She was with Mao the longest, she's known him since back when they first started, the resistance that they were in at the beginning of the show. She's known him forever. She's his oldest friend, and she's a bit of a damaged soul. You can tell that the years have not been easy on her. But she's still kind-hearted. She's still sweet. She's married to the freaking pilot, who's a bumbling idiot, but still she finds some attractive somehow. But yeah. And so, but the great thing about the crew, though, is not only did each character bring something different to the table. Oh shit, the shepherd. There was also this old pastor. They call them shepherds in this world, religious leaders, who he has kind of like a father feel, to the crew, because they're all much younger than he is. He's the old wise man, he's. He doesn't try to convert anyone to his belief while he's on the ship, but he does make his statements known. He's very much the old, like, grandpa, dad kind of feel. He's like the father of the crew. And he did a really good job too. I liked his character a lot too. You know, I found the character very interesting. I found that they needed that. You know, you have all these young kids, you know, with all their different dynamics, you know, these wild and crazy. You need an old man to kind of, you know, to kind of like oversee them. But while doing that, he also has the utmost respect for every single one of them. He doesn't see them as a bunch of kids he needs to control. He sees every single character out there as equal. And that's also a good thing about the captain, Mao. There are times where he will say, "This is my ship, we do it my way, or you get the hell out." But overall, he sees everyone as equals. And that actually segues into what I was going to say next, is that you can tell they all have a good time on this show, you know? You can tell that they all, you know, hang out outside of work, because, I don't know, whenever an actor really enjoys what they're doing, you can always tell. You know, you can always tell when they're having fun with it. They all had so much fun on this show. You know, it definitely shows. They bring it to the table, you know. They all have a lot of fun, episode after episode. You know, the chemistry is phenomenal in this show. I couldn't think, well, other than the Leverage show, which I also love that show. I'll do a review of that one sometime too, probably. Other than Leverage, I have never seen better chemistry in a group of misfits on a TV series. Never. The chemistry was amazing. And even to this day, if you all watch interviews with the cast today, they're all still got the fantastic chemistry together. I guess the last thing on the show I could say is that, I mean, it is set in outer space. It is somewhat a sci-fi, but it's also very much a western with spaceships. And when I say that is, you know, take the theme song for the Serenity. You know, it's, you know, take my love, take my land, take me where I cannot stand. So the kind of this like country kind of feel to, like the old western style, because the show itself is a western. You know, they ride horses. You know, they all use powder weapons. You know, they all use normal guns. You know, you don't see a lot of lasers and shit in this show, which I like. You know, because the other thing about sci-fi is that it tries to be too, you know, big, too, you know, out there, whatever. It tries to be too, you know, this is like, no, this Firefly was a real legit. I could actually see this future happening. You know, I could see this happening. So that's why I liked it a lot. It was very grounded as well, you know. They said they ride horses, you know. They transfer cattle in a couple episodes, you know. It's just good to see, you know. But yeah, it's a western set in outer space, if you can believe that. And like I said, the movie was fantastic too. You know, it wrapped it up really nice. One thing I really liked is that, you know, all throughout the series you hear about these Reavers. You know, they're supposed to be like the worst kind of thing in the Firefly universe. You know, they come to a town, they clearly wipe it out, clearly destroy it. They're just mindless beasts, but they're men. You know. And in Serenity, you see how the Reavers came about, and I like that a lot. It showed how the Reavers came about and who created them, and it's very interesting to see. You're like, holy shit, because yeah, it's good. All right, I don't know what more I can say about it. Go out and watch the show, watch the movie. It's definitely the worst thing. It's on Netflix. Firefly is on Netflix right now. I had to download Serenity, but if you can find a way to watch it, definitely see it. And I would definitely suggest watching Firefly before you watch Serenity, because, I mean, you might like Serenity as a standalone movie. I may have liked it as a standalone movie, but it's much better if you watch the series and get the backdrop of the characters, you know. Much better that way. Alright, so that is my review for Firefly / Serenity. That's a great series, great man Joss Whedon, great man Nathan Fillion. All the characters were great. The show was great. I wish it hadn't been canceled. You know, if I could go back in time, I would probably find a way to prevent the show from being canceled. Because hey, I go back in time, I can do anything, right? Yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Serenity / Firefly. What did you think of it? You know, did you like the show? Did you not like the show? Did you watch the show and the movie? Did you watch the movie without watching the show? Who's your favorite character in the show? Mine, I've talked about him the most. Nathan Fillion, Mal, my favorite character in the show. Whatever your favorite character was, any of the questions I'll just ask, comment below and let me know. And I will be coming at you with another review soon.